How's it going, you guys? This is Kaiju Maniac back again with another toy review. This is obviously on the Bandai Movie Monster Series 2021 MechaGodzilla. Boy, is he great. Let's take a look at this tag, shall we? So it must be what is the concept art for the film. I believe this is the standard MechaGodzilla pose that's on most of the merchandise. MechaGodzilla from Godzilla vs. Kong. You open up, it's got that other main shot of him just looking forward, and then the back silhouette is also him looking forward. I just unboxed this guy with Godzilla Amphibia, so they both still have their tags. I decided not to take them out just because I wanted to get these reviews done quick. So the detail on this guy, we're going to take a little bit more time on him. He's a little bit bigger than most of the figures too, but boy, is this sculpt just great. Actually, let's get down to the nitty-gritty of this. The sculpt is awesome. I don't really see any actual issues with the sculpt. It looks pretty much spot on to me, or at least in this concept photo that we've seen multiple times in merchandise. This is pretty damn spot on. I mean, you can tell they did extra for this figure. They knew this figure was going to sell. They just knew. And I'm honestly like not having too much time to mess around with him and play with him. This is maybe my favorite Bandai vinyl that's been released this year, and maybe one of my favorites overall in a while. Like, he looks good. He looks mean. He looks fierce. The paint job, it's pretty much like the old Kiryu colors. It must have been a gunmetal with a little extra, just, I don't know, there's some shine to it almost, it seems like. He just looks good. Like, just look at him. I'm going to take pictures of this vinyl. I normally don't take too many pictures of vinyls anymore because I like the articulation. I like, even with the limited monster arts, at least like you can get them into some sass. But this guy, oh my god. Oh, I'm so ready for that monster arts, man. So the paint, there isn't actually a lot on him for extra. There's the two red eyes that look good. And then they actually have all the spines, fins, all red down the back. You can see it on both sides. It's not down the middle. I believe that's accurate. Let's take a pop a look. Yeah, so they more go around it. So they're kind of like a ship command center design where the windows are around it and not over top. So they've got a ceiling, quote unquote. I don't know how you would actually word that, but there's just so many panels, so many things. The one thing that a lot of people talked about when this figure was finally revealed, the hands were small. I mean, kind of. I think it's just because they're really scrunched up, because you can kind of see in the mold, it's not just like these are the ends. It looks like they're going into, which I don't know if they actually went like double jointed in. I think they were just clunk like that, not like done. But I don't know. It's been a minute since I've seen the movie. I can't wait for it to release. But the hands kind of do look small, but once we get to the size comparison, maybe they won't look so small when they're compared to an actual other kaiju. So the articulation, because I've kind of been messing with it, and really I think the details are just fine. His arms go all the way around, and his legs both go all the way around. Unlike what it looks like the monster arts is going to be. It looks like those are stationary because of these big pistons right here in the front that you can see. Those make it look like the monster arts is not going to move. But we'll see in January, I guess December is when the Japanese release will be. So we'll see in December. But that's it. The tail's on a glue seal, which honestly, I mean, both parts of the tail, there's two joints. I kind of wish they were unlocked. I get this back one wouldn't do too much, but this far one, you could kind of do some things. Obviously, the tail doesn't do anything extra, but yeah. So 4 points, no head articulation, but I think for this design, this look, anything extra probably would have messed with the scale a little bit. Speaking of scale, let's just look at his two of the three things that we see him against. So here's the King of the Monsters Godzilla, which as of right now is the only legendary Godzilla released from Bandai for the last two movies. Besides, I believe there was a Burning Godzilla release that was an exclusive of some kind. I would have to go back and check. Probably a Godzilla store. But MechaGodzilla is bigger. He's a lot bigger, and he just looks wider, which is saying a lot, because although this Bandai is kind of slim for the legendary design, he's still a thick boy, and MechaGodzilla is definitely a thicker boy. Oh golly, almost tipped over everything. And then his next opponent is Kong, which is even smaller. So, and that looks just about right. I mean, this figure, you know, he's kind of got his arms out really wide, so it kind of changes the dimension of him a little bit. But I believe this is super accurate. We can just kind of like, yeah, this looks fine. This looks fine. So, this MechaGodzilla is a really good looking figure. Let's just kind of get the three of them next to each other. Yeah, that's... Oh boy. Can't wait for the Monster Hearts. Can't wait for the Monster Hearts. That's about all I'll say. All right. Well, I think that's about it. Buy it. Buy it now. If you haven't bought it, why haven't you? I get the Playmates has a little bit more articulation, but just having this in hand and seeing pictures for months and seeing the Playmates one in person, I just think this vinyl is better than the Playmates. And I'm a guy who loves articulation. I want articulation. That's why I stopped collecting vinyls for so many years. It's because I focused on the Dragon Ball Z figures, because articulation, for me at least, is better. It gives you a range of personality. But there's something about this vinyl, man. I'm loving it. And I cannot wait for the Monster Arts. Whether he articulates in the legs or not, I love him. I'm ready. This design is easily one of my favorites. There's just something special about this design for me, personally. I know you either really like it or really hate it, it seems. I love it. I'm in love with this design. So, with that all said and done, I'm going to give this guy a 9 out of 10. Yeah, there's nothing really wrong with it. So, he gets a 9 out of 10. He's almost perfect. If you guys haven't picked him up, try to pick him up before he skyrockets, because look at Muto. The Muto figure wasn't that popular, and now for me, I'm going to have to spend like $150 on one. So pick this guy up if you get a chance. If you got the extra funds, pick him up. Go to Showcase Daikaiju, where I got mine from. See if he's still in stock there. Pick him up from there. You're going to get him for, you know, about what he's going for. Probably actually a little less. And you're going to get him quick. That's the thing with Showcase. It's quick shipping. It's worth it. Please go there. That's all I can say. It's a 9 out of 10. Hopefully you guys really enjoyed this review. I enjoyed making it. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys for the next video. Rock on, guys. Stay safe. Peace.